Welcome back to The Wise Way Forward. Our mission here is simple. We cut through the noise of bestsellers, top TED Talks, and reputable research to give you the speed and efficiency you need to leap ahead in health, wealth, and life experience. This is episode 2 of our journey. Before we dive into specific strategies for wealth or health, we have to lay the foundation. We have to address the engine that makes all progress possible: motivation. Because the saddest truth is that you can have the best roadmap in the world, but if you can't get yourself to turn the key in the ignition, you aren't going anywhere. Today, we aren't looking at rah-rah motivational speeches. We are looking at the hard science of why you procrastinate. To understand this, we are turning to the research of Dr. Tali Sharot. She is a renowned neuroscientist and professor whose work in behavioral economics and neuroscience has profoundly changed how we understand decision-making. You may recognize her from her viral TED Talks or her acclaimed books like The Influential Mind and The Optimism Bias. Her research dives deep into how emotion, motivation, and social factors influence what we do and what we delay doing. Today, we are applying her scientific framework to your productivity. We often beat ourselves up for procrastinating. We call it laziness. We call it poor time management. But Dr. Sharot's research suggests it's actually a biological mismatch. Your brain isn't broken. It's just using ancient software for modern problems. Sharot explains that procrastination isn't usually a character flaw. It's a collision between how our brains are wired and how we structure our modern tasks. According to Sharot's work, there are 4 main neurological drivers that kill your motivation before you even start. We call them the 4 Horsemen of Inaction: the fear freeze, the temporal gap, the optimism bias, and a lack of agency. Let's break them down so we can defeat them. The fear freeze. Your brain has 2 primary responses to information: moving toward a reward or moving away from a threat. When you look at a massive goal, like starting a business or transforming your body, your brain doesn't see a fun challenge. It sees a threat. It asks, what if I fail? What if I look stupid? This dread triggers the same biological response as seeing a predator. You freeze, leading to inaction. You don't do the work because your brain is trying to protect you from the threat of the work itself. This is compounded by the 4th horseman: lack of agency. Sharot's research emphasizes that a sense of control is a massive human motivator. When a task feels dictated by outside forces, like the YouTube algorithm or an unreasonable boss, your motivation plummets. If you feel the outcome is out of your hands, your brain subconsciously delays the work to reclaim a sense of control over your own time. Procrastination becomes your only form of rebellion. But perhaps the biggest enemy of long-term success is what Sharot calls the temporal gap, driven by present bias. We are hardwired to value a small reward right now over a massive reward later. The pain of editing a video happens today. The reward of monetization happens in 6 months. To your brain, that future you who gets the reward is practically a stranger. Why should your present self suffer today, just so some stranger can benefit next year? Your brain would rather take the immediate dopamine hit of scrolling social media now. And finally, the most deceptive trap: the optimism bias, leading to the planning fallacy. We tend to overestimate our future capabilities. We genuinely believe that future us will be a superhero, more energetic, more focused, and in a better mood than present us. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow when I feel fresh. We feel safe delaying the work today because we have a delusion that tomorrow will be easier. It never is. So, if fear makes us freeze, and we assume tomorrow will be better, how do we actually move forward? Sharot's research points to solutions that stop fighting your brain's wiring and start working with it. First, you must bridge the temporal gap. Don't rely on the big success years from now. You need to shrink the reward loop. Sharot suggests creating micro-rewards. Don't wait until the project is finished to celebrate. Give your brain an immediate reward after finishing a small chunk of difficult work. Train your brain that doing the action leads to immediate pleasure, not just getting the result. Second, stop focusing on how much is left to do and start monitoring how far you've come. Sharot points out that our brains are incredibly good at noticing progress. Seeing progress triggers dopamine, which overrides that fear-freeze response. Keep a visible tracker. Mark every script page written. Mark every workout completed. The visual proof of forward movement is fuel. Finally, shift your focus. Instead of trying to scare yourself into working by thinking about negative consequences, focus on the gain. Visualize the immediate positive feeling of having that weight off your shoulders today. Fear induces inaction, but the thrill of a gain induces action. Motivation isn't magic, it's mechanics. If you've been stuck, stop blaming your character and start adjusting your mechanics. Stop waiting for superhero future you to show up. Use the science to make it easier for present you to take just one step. Before we wrap up, if you want to truly master these concepts, I highly recommend diving into Dr. Sharot's books, The Influential Mind and The Optimism Bias. They contain far more detail than we could cover here. You'll learn fascinating insights, like why your brain views your future self as a stranger it doesn't want to sacrifice for today. You'll discover why social incentives, seeing what your peers are doing, can be such a powerful motivator for your own actions. And you'll get a deeper understanding of how critical a sense of agency or control is for your overall happiness and productivity. These books are essentially operating manuals for your own brain, so I encourage you to check them out. If you want to keep leaping ahead with science-backed strategies for life, make sure you subscribe to The Wise Way Forward. In the next episodes, we're going to address knowledge and wealth hacks to leapfrog you forward ahead of the population. In the comments below, tell me, which of those 4 horsemen is holding you back the most right now? Is it the fear freeze or the optimism trap? Let me know, and let's get moving.